Good morning, everybody, and welcome. Just a reminder, everything we're about to do is just for educational and entertainment purposes only. We do not trade with live funds, and this is strictly just used to demo and paper trade. You should be able to see my charts now. We're currently in active shorts across the board on the ES and NQ. I'm going to be focusing most of what we're doing today on the index futures because there's not anything much going on the other assets at the moment, but big moves overnight. Hope you guys are all doing fantastic. And if you can just give me a second to tag everybody where we're at, and then we will be on our way and get going. But hope you guys are all doing fantastic today. Just 1 second. Get the tags out. Almost done. There's one. And the next one. All right, we should be good to go now. Good morning to all of y'all. All right. Lots of shorts overnight across the board. And currently, and this goes for the remainder of till probably New York opens, the only thing we can be doing is continuing to go lower because there's no longs to get into on the ES and NQ. The US 30 can try to get into a long, but right now, for all you US 30 folks, this is what you should be looking at. There was a bearish confirmation down here, but the risk to reward was poor for something like this because that's take profit 1. It's a negative 3R position. It's not a position you should take. And instead, we teach you to take that 1.92 to 1.68. The 2R got printed right here, but this is the sniper entry of sniper entries as you have the furthest up close to the box. So from a risk reward perspective, this is beautiful. So this is what we're looking for on US 30. Doesn't mean you're going to win, but it is active. And we just put in a new low on the ES and Q short. And for any of you guys that weren't actively in that NQ short, when the ES reactivated right here, if this is somewhere that you jump back in, that's appropriate as well. You've already gone 67 handles, and 92 handles, which is almost our average win, would take you to the box again. The ES, the goal would be to get to right here would be our average win. Let me notate it out so we don't miss it. So average win by True Algo. So we'll leave that there. And one of the best things is if we can get the SQQQ right here, right side of my screen, to push up. If this happens, if I can type, that will help as well. If this happens, the shorts on index futures will go great. I just wish my typing could go great. All right, so we'll leave that be there. It's already starting to play out, so it's fantastic. True Algo members, this Russell is a terrible short. Everything else is short. This is a bad idea. You've also got support on shorts over here on QQQ. About to finish playing out as well. That'll help the current shorts. And then SPY, that's not going to be any help. Amazon is currently short. Apple is short. So you can see we're layering more and more reasons. NVIDIA was just short, but now NVIDIA is neutral. And then Microsoft is neutral as well. So this is what we'll be watching. Let me get this stuff out of the way so it's easier to see the play at hand. I'm going to write this up on the sentiment channel. So we have I have to write it here first. So we have active shorts on ES, NQ, US 30 was a sniper entrance short. The SQQQ is just about to confirm long, meaning supporting our shorts. Do not look for long ideas on index futures like Russell right now. Also, Amazon and Apple are short. There we go. All right, I need to post this in the sentiment channel. So just give me a second. So ES, NQ. I'm posting on our Discord. Sorry, just give me a second. So anyone who's not on the live stream, they can still get these updates. SQQQ is about to confirm into and then reminder that Russell is a bad idea right now, as it is the only asset that is bullish. All right, you can see that live that SQQQ is getting beat up right here at our take profit box. We just got to get a close above, and then shorts will continue to fly or drop, so to speak. DXY got to 100 today, everybody. So I did call it on Sunday that we would get here. So kudos to those of you guys that were able to take advantage of it. I really wonder if one of the things you want to look at is this is when DXY flipped bullish. So as of 3:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so we're right at this point at 3:30 looking for Forex pairs that were confirming bearish. Right now, you should be looking for bullishness. And before I even look for that stuff, let me type that in here for you guys in the current sentiment. So 1 second. Forex, folks, DXY is confirmed bearish. So we look for bullish confirmations on Forex pairs. So that was real easy. And then now I'll type this over here for you guys. Yeah, so Debo, on the NQ, we had the initial shorts on the NQ up here. And if you, let's say, like me, I wasn't awake at 1:15 a.m. I was sleeping. So because I didn't have a chance to get into the new shorts that got activated on the ES, then I can get in here because it's still in a bearish confirmation. Now, you don't need to take the NQ shorts because the ES gave you a new short. I'm just saying this would be the same exact candle where you would operate into a new short again. But it's totally appropriate for you to be here. The other reason why I have this on the NQ is I want to see how far the average is so I can monitor it live. But it is still in a bearish confirmation. But at 1:15 in the morning, I can't get into it because I'm asleep. All right, so now we're looking right at this point as DXY is confirmed bearish. Is there bullish confirmations? So over here on the euro, couldn't get in. We can check the pound now. So we're looking for down here. Is there a bullish confirmation from a box to push up? Or are there boxes in the way? Nope, it's trending, so that's not going to help. So next thing up is the Aussie. That looks like a no too. So again, looking for a bullish confirmation from a box. I want something to look similar to DXY. Nope, that's not going to help. Can go to New Zealand. After this is the UJ and the Canadian and the yen. That looks the same too. There is a move on the New Zealand, but the stop loss is really bad, so I wouldn't worry about that one. All right, last two. You want the 6J to look like so. I'm trying to see, and that's not going to help. So the 6J is potentially going to get in a new long up here. That one might be okay, and that's also going to trend bullish, and you'd be targeting something like this. And the last thing would be the 6C. This is the Canadian. We're looking again to see if there's a bullish confirmation right here off of a box. If not, the best play is going to be the 6J. Nope. Yeah, so the 6J is going to be your thing for right now. You might be able to just do it off the UGA and short this instead if you're a CFD trader. Nope. So 6J is the winner. You can tell already before it loads. So this is what we'll be looking for on the UJ. Silver is bearish, gold is bullish, so can't do anything on that. Crypto folks, I was right again yesterday that the only thing in what I told you on Sunday is crypto was going to go lower. And literally from Sunday night's post till now, another new low on crypto. So hopefully you guys took me serious when I talked to you guys in the end of September about the bear market. And Lady 88, if you're in here, you asked me about, is there a new, if we're going to push up? And I told you no, and I hope that was helpful. Yeah, loose pot, there's not really much to go. Forex on DXY looks fantastic. But most of the Forex pairs look terrible. So it's just unfortunate. So Canary's asking, what are my thoughts on the targets that we have available? So Canary, one of the things I want you to check out is if you look at the SQQQ, I don't have the targets on because the hit rates are lower for those. And really quick, guys, just to show you live, let me put this up here. Do you see how the SQQQ stopped us in our tracks? This is when shorts will continue. But right now, the SQQQ is stopping in everything in its tracks right now. So that continuation on these shorts is going to consolidate just for a little bit. Okay, so Canary, I don't use and teach you guys to use the scalp targets and beacons on the stocks very much because the hit rates are much, much lower. So they're not even on over here. Like I don't even have the indicator on that side, but I can put them on just to see what you're saying, and I'll show you why. It's loading right now. Just give it 1 second. My SQQQ, I pay for the data, which I don't know if all of you guys do, or you're not loading the NASDAQ version of it. Let me move this down. I'm moving this stat box lower for you guys. So on the SQQQ, this target that we want to hit is only a 56% chance. So I don't want to go down there. I could care less about it. The one down here, that's 80%. That's much higher. But there's no reason to want that target until we can even close below this box. So I'm not worried about the SQ version. So hopefully that helps. And then over to the stock side. And Canary, if you're looking, look at every single one of my stock charts right now. Not a single one has the beacons and scalp targets on. I don't use them for those assets, and that's what I teach you guys. For the record, NVIDIA is the first one to get into a bullish confirmation now. It's just the NASDAQ package. I think it's like $36 for the whole year. And then let me know if you guys have any other questions. I'll keep trying to answer them as we go. And Audacious, hopefully that made sense about the beacons and scalp targets. I just don't use them as much for intraday movements because the hit rates are lower. For that second one bothers me. For those of you guys that are in shorts right now on the ES and NQ, don't stress that it's not immediately going to the full take profit. Okay? We just need to get the SQQQ to get above this box, and that's when things will drop like an elevator. So just be patient. Right here is a consolidation point. We can check the UVXY to see if the UVXY is in new shorts as well. Right here. And you can see that the UVXY is still in a neutral state. I mean, it's still bearish because of that one little hit right there. But at the moment, it's in a completely neutral part of the system, which is where we are towards that weekly zone. Good morning, Cove. Gave the NASDAQ package for you, is what it's called. Also, those of you guys that are on TradingView, you need to make sure every now and then when you wake up, you reload your charts because sometimes TradingView can glitch. Again, Forex folks, the DXY is bearish. Most of the Forex pairs don't really have a good long position to produce out. So I'm over here on the UJ, which is the yen first and the dollar second, not the USD versus the JPY. And so this is what we would be looking for. So this will be really good. It'll also trend up, probably get all the way up to that point. But this is what we would be looking for. That would be the average, so would be fantastic. You can see, again, that consolidation is going to keep happening. I'll write that in the sentiment channel too. Right now on the index futures shorts, they will chop/consolidate here because of SQQQ hitting our take profit box. If we can get SQQQ to close above the RZ, we will have a big push down for shorts. But right now, we will stall and chop till markets decide if we are extending shorts or now going to look for a reversal. Trying to keep you guys posted on the Discord side too, since there's no delay. NVIDIA is helping pull up the market a little bit now too, over here on the right side. So what would make Russell not a terrible idea would be something like this. That. So until that happens, the Russell isn't going to be a good idea. SQQQ continuing to beat up the positions now. You guys see that right here, right side of our screen? It's pushing real big. So keep eyes on SQQQ. Sorry, I can't type. We are 6 minutes from that next close. And then we can update everything. Pretty aggressive now from that SQ. I think the ES only pushed down 10 handles, right around the 50% point. So we shall chop, consolidate, and wait. If the SQQQ confirms here in 5 minutes bearish, then that's where wherever your stops are on the ES and NQ, that's where you should switch your stops to break even, because this move on the SQQQ confirming would tell us to be looking for reasons to long everything because it's short. Right now it hasn't confirmed yet, but in 4 minutes it could, which would make me question the positions that I'm in. And the goal is to protect our positions. I am still here, just chilling, waiting for the close. If you guys have questions, let me know. I'm updating you guys on the Discord side just so you have what I just said in case you missed. And all I'm saying is that SQQQ is stopping right over here on the right side. Everything still in its tracks. If we close bearish on the SQQQ here in 2 minutes, I would be inclined to take profit, move stops to protect the current position, and then get stopped at break even if needed. If the SQQQ closes those other positions and we still push bearish, on ES and NQ, the ES and NQ, sorry, the NQ would not be, but the ES, I could always get back in when that SQQQ confirms bullish. So it is okay. But right now we'll chop and watch at the moment. You can see that US 30 though will be a loss in a second. Two minutes from the close. We might not get that confirmation on the UJ if it doesn't close above this box. Yeah, got it. And stay over on the indexes. Nothing else to do. One minute from the close. Almost there. By the way, US 30 might hold the shorts if it doesn't close above that box. And the SQQQ is so close to almost not confirming. And so there's the confirmation. So this is where you can protect your positions now on the ES and NQ about moving stops to break even. The US 30 guys did hold to the T right there. It did not close yet for a loss. It has to close above the box. So those shorts are still holding. And again, another sniper potential entrance right there. But in order for these shorts to continue pushing down, we need to get the SQQQ to confirm bullish from True Algo. Until that happens, we stall, chop. Oh, I wrote shop. Stall, chop, sorry. Trying to draw the position as well. This is what we want. You're getting a little bit of a divergence now from the ESNQ US 30. Like these two diverging. Now they're going the same, but just for a second they were diverging. There's some macro alerts going off on the QQQ. You guys see what I mean about don't be fearful about holding the shorts. Just move your stops to protect yourself, but just let them hold. Again, move that stop to here, like to break even. Let these ride so we can still try to get that average win and just let the SQQQ extend above. There we go. There's a new low on the ES, not yet on the NQ. Just keep watching that right side. Ooh, that's a good sign. Come on. US 30, folks, really good sniper entry if you took it. You can still see the system battling it out with SQQQ like crazy right here. Come on. Trying to see if the US 30 closed 3 ticks. It does look like it's valid. Yeah, it is. So, not. I said US 30. Wow. The UJ is now in an active long confirmation that you can take, which is the opposite of the DXY that we want, which is good. Amazon just hit take profit on the box. Still neutral, still bearish on Apple. Nvidia now retracing, which we want Nvidia to retrace because that will help the shorts play. NQ is just about to put in a new low on its short confirmation, guys. One more tick. It does look like it's 1 tick lower, but let's see if we can get it a little bit lower than that. UVXY, Debbie, for me is neutral because I only have 1 wick at the very start of 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sorry that I'm not talking too much, just sitting here. Normally I would distract, but I'm hoping that just by staying on this and watching it with you guys, we can sit on it and just let it play. You can see that the SQQQ is the only thing stopping it in its tracks. So that's a good sign, though, when we can close above on the SQQQ. These things can fly. And again, all of you guys right now, think about it from a live perspective. If you just put that stop to break even on the play up here, there's no stress down here because you're in profit. Just let it ride. The worst thing can happen when New York opens is it comes and gets stopped out at break even. Getting teased on these shorts because of the SQQQ. US 30 going a little bit better. UJ consolidating a little tiny bit. We might get that. By the way, if the ES and NQ play out as planned, so what I mean is like this happens right here. So this right here. That will allow the Russell to activate into the short area that we want. You also would get the SPY QQQ to react the same. The QQQ might misfire though, just by judging where this open space is on the box from a live perspective. US 30 putting in a new low on its short. Sorry if you hear my nostrils. I'm trying my best to get away from the mic as I'm still a little bit, I'm finally getting under the weather. Absolutely. Right at New York Open, the divergence between the ES NQ versus the US 30 can mess up the place. Could be one of those days where they don't diverge. That'd be fantastic since they're all in bearish confirmations, but you could get this and this happens, which is what I personally would like, but if you're in US 30, you don't want that to happen. You want this to happen. So then you could get something like this instead. Sorry for my bad drawings. I mean, I guess the best thing could be where the ES and NQ go bullish, and then US 30 pushes bearish for take profit, and then we still hold the short ideas on the NQ and ES. We'll talk about that closer to the New York Open when we get there. SQ still slowing everything down. Sorry I'm less talkative. And then 1 second, I see you guys talking about the data packages that I use. We have it posted in the, let me go find the thread. Just 1 second. Oh, it's under futures data plan that I use. I use the NASDAQ stock market is the futures that I use. So let me put this. This is the data plan that I use. So I just tagged you guys all on Discord so you have it. So that should help. Still about 18 minutes before New York opens. We are still consolidating because that SQQQ. Sorry that markets aren't going crazy right now, but once New York opens, we should get some more volatility to kick in. That SQQQ, man, it's just True Algo doing its job, just holding in steady. So again, your stops are, the ES is the only thing where the stop could be close to getting hit at break even, but the NQ's got way further up. I know most people aren't in this NQ short, but as we sit here and wait. The potential in 3 minutes that Amazon can flip bullish here, that this has already played. Let me actually remove the position. The shorts have already played, and now if that candle closes green, that'll flip into longs. So that'll be 2 out of 4 now that are in long positions. Lawrence, there's nothing to do on gold right now. Gold is neutral. 2 minutes from that next close. Right now on the, I mean, I can check the other metals. Gold, let me show you. Gold is neutral right now. I mean, it was been in multiple bullish confirmations throughout, but like right now at the moment, neutral. You want to get a close back above this box. And then silver is also neutral. So we can't do anything on gold and silver. So the next thing would be looking at platinum and copper to see if you can get positions off of those. You should be looking to be bullish because gold and silver are trying to push up bullish from boxes. You can't do anything on platinum. Platinum is trending bearish. And then you can't do anything on copper because copper trended bearish. You have to get all the way up here. That's why I keep telling you guys at the moment there's nothing to do on those sides. So hope that helps you guys. And I teach you guys not to force anything here with Otoro, so there's nothing to do on the metals. I can't believe how cheap the yen is right now. If the dollar continues its run, man, if you ever wanted to go on a vacation to Japan, this is the time to do it because your money will go a really long way there. Like a really long way. It's almost, I mean, it's getting closer to a 2-to-1 evaluation. It's like for every dollar you have, they only have 50 cents, is what I mean. So there's the next close. Nothing has changed on the indexes. The SQQQ continues. Again, this is being wrong asset, sorry. This one continues to be the issue right now, that because the SQQQ is not closed above this box, it is short. Therefore, it's telling us to look for longs on the index market, which is why those current shorts are stalling. And so the only thing that's going to cause the markets to go in one direction right now is if the SQQQ gets above this box and confirms bullish, that will cause all the shorts to go great, like this says. But until that happens, there's going to be consolidation and chop because the SQQQ disagrees where the indexes are. And the indexes can't confirm bullish till much, much higher. So it'll be a no trade zone going into that New York Open. Or no new trades into New York Open. We did not get a bullish confirmation on Amazon, so it is still neutral. It has to close bullish. And just so you guys know, Loose Pot's talking about if we can get this type of confirmation on oil, it does have room to run both to the beacons and scalp targets, but the average is higher than that area. Yeah, the average would take you all the way to the next box. So that would be the opportunity on oil. But I really like 81% chance to get here. Put the note. 81% chance. Sorry, 85%. So you guys can see on oil, if we can confirm above the box, there's an 85% chance right there that we'll get to that target during the New York session on oil. That SQQQ is winning, man. If the SQQQ continues going down, that doesn't help US 30. It would hurt US 30. Now, as soon as US 30 confirms bullish above this box, then the SQQQ supports longs on the US 30 because it's already telling us to look for longs in markets, not shorts, which is why as this pushes down, these are now pushing up. So like over here on the ES, this would take me out at break even, which is much better than letting it go further for a potential loss. One of our experts found the inverse correlation on the SQQQ versus the indexes, and it's something that we do. The other 95% of traders don't do it, Candy, and that's, if you check the statistics, 95% of traders lose everything in 6 to 9 months or never come back to trading. So our system is built different and is used differently than everything else does for a reason. We don't want to be like the other 90% of people. Yeah, Rich, there's a potential that it could do that, where the US 30 still plays the short out. And then these push up. They still would be in bearish confirmations. We said this earlier. That the divergence could do that. And it would still be valid for shorts too, if that happens. So, and then if that happens and you get the divergence and the US 30 just goes straight down to take profit, that'd be fantastic too. We'll know here in 12 minutes. It is good at least to see the SQQQ isn't just, even though it is reversing on the right side, it's not taking the indexes straight with it. There's still consolidation because they're fighting because True Algo has them bearish. Nothing's funnier that, now listen, I know people live on YouTube in their comments because that's all they do. But one of the comments was, very complicated boxes. Learn this skill by yourself. Don't buy this kind of stuffs with an S. And it's just funny to me that people will tell you this is complicated because we're waiting for boxes to get hit and then a candle to close below or above them, and then building confluence because New York. But it's funny, 95% of traders have zero idea that when the New York session opens at 4 a.m., you have literally 90% of the stock market injecting into the market. Not at New York Open, at 4 a.m. So everything changes. And also, if everything was easy, then 90 to 95% of traders would win. There's a reason why everything that's easy sucks everybody in, gives them hope and dreams of you're going to be a millionaire as a trader. That's using all those other concepts. Yet 90 to 95% of traders lose. It's hilarious how much people make assumptions about a system that they look at because they want it to just say buy and sell. With, by the way, nothing on the chart, just a single little buy and sell button. So all I ask is those of you guys that are here, please don't act like those people with their defense mechanisms wanting everything to be easy in life. They're the same people in life with everything. It has nothing to do with trading. That's just what they do. If that's the only thing you get from this stream, please do that. Because what you see right now is how trading should be taught. There is no extreme emotion. There is no checking different time frames and different systems, different indicators, different concepts over here, volume, when the volume is going to be different on every single broker. Trading should be relaxed like this and not forcing trades to happen or trying to force yourself to get into a trade. But I like hearing those people because they teach me that what we're doing is correct, because they're a part of the 95% of people who lose because they just want everything to be easy in life. And as we all know, life ain't easy. The Russell is still in a bullish confirmation, but we're trying to get the Russell down to 2439. So hopefully that helps you, those of you asking about the Russell. New York opens in 6 minutes. I can't tell what your name is because you changed everything about it, but whoever just DM'd me, your SQQQ looks different only because you have your weekly system on. Turn that off by checking the global weekly hide box. That'll help. And then also, you don't pay for data like I do for the NASDAQ side. So you're loaded the BATS. Mine is the NASDAQ data plan. So I'm talking to you as I'm trying to type also on the Discord too. Three and a half minutes till New York open. Nothing's changed everywhere else. It does look like Amazon, I said this last time, and it ended up closing bearish, but in less than 4 minutes, the potential that Amazon could confirm bullish again and looking for calls at New York open. NVIDIA is still looking for calls. It hasn't hit the box. It's close, but not yet. There's a little bit more volatility that's kicking into Microsoft, but it's also still neutral. So again, neutral on Microsoft, potentially going to be bullish on Amazon, bearish Apple, bullish on NVIDIA. We really might get that entrance on Russell, which means the other shorts are going to play out on these. And then we'll see here in 2 minutes if we diverge on US 30 against the ES and NQ. About 2 minutes on the close. Thanks for the kind words, Cam. Yeah, I try not to let those people bother me because I know like that's all people do is they live on social media platforms to just dog on things, but it's just insane to me that people don't understand statistics. Like literally 90 to 95% of traders lose. And because we don't do what the other 90 to 95% of systems out there do, or literally using some people who are taught by followings of millions of people over 40 concepts, and you're supposed to pick randomly which one you want to use that day, our system is perceived as difficult, but we're not trying to do what everyone else is doing because it doesn't work. We know this because if it worked, people would not be looking for other things. It is going to be a fun open. A reminder, just because Cam made $30,000 in a week, whether it was on a funded account or a personal account or on a $400,000 challenge or a $100,000 challenge, don't try to recreate his situation with what you guys do. Less than 1 minute from the New York Open. And there's the New York opening bell. See if the shorts hold. Would love for us not to have a divergence, and they just continue short. Sorry, it's hard to see that short pushing down further and further on US 30. I'm trying to move the position over, but it's going in our favor. But this is one of those times I'm hoping that we don't diverge. Again, for those of you guys that don't know me, it's the first 45 minutes of New York. US 30 diverges from NQ, but they're all in short, so I want them not to diverge. I just want them to keep pushing down aggressively. Just really quick, want to check this out over here. All right, cool, thanks. I'll come back over and stay here. At the moment, there's no divergence or real noticeable divergence. Instead, they're all pushing up at the moment. Again, we're going to keep chopping and consolidating because of that SQ. Excuse me. Now we're seeing a little bit of divergence where the ES and NQ are pushing up and the US 30 is pushing down. By the way, the SQQQ is pushing down as well, which is aiding and pushing the ES and NQ upwards. US 30 going a lot better now. US 30, that should be about 100 points, if not more. 100 points from the first entrance on stream, and if you got the super sniper entry, it's 122 points now. So, congrats. Again, we're talking 107 or 130, depending on your entrance. And we're getting less divergence too, which is even better because that'll pull the ES and NQ down. Everybody wants everything to be easy instead of being consistent, and I will continue to do my best to be consistent for you guys. US 30 folks, you did get to the bottom of the daily box here, so take your stop now on US 30 and shift it to break even like this. Do not leave your stop up for a loss. I mean, you've already traveled 100 points on either of the entrances that you got in on. You guys see the shorts flooding in? Look at the SQQ responding. I told you if you ever wanted a day to not get a divergence, today's the day, baby. 120 points now. We've already gone 140 for the up here, 147. That's the average win by US 30 up here. So could see a little bit of take profits happening. I'm just following it down. Let's freaking go. New low on the NQ shorts, new low on the ES shorts. If you got stopped out at break even, that's fine. The play is still active, so that's going to change nothing, and this is still the target. What a day to not have divergences. Let's go. And the SQ is now above. That's 140 points now from the first entrance. 150 points. Let the floods continue. NQ just hit full take profit. That's 92 handles on the NQ to the T. Just got to be patient, man. I'm sorry that I was boring for an hour. But just like that, man. It's 92 handles. Just so everybody understands, it's a 2R with our system. 375 ticks. For those, again, it's 92 points on the NQ. 157 points on US 30. Just trying to update the numbers so you can see it live. And for the record, if that SQQQ stays above here, you're going to start trailing shorts. As in, don't close your positions, let them run, because the SQQQ will extend shorts further and further up, everybody. Russell, we did enter into the area, but do not, let me tell you guys, do not enter into Russell longs until everything says to go long, even though we hit a potential entrance area. Should get that full average on the ES too. Crypto folks, you guys are pushing down even stronger. Just so you guys know, on US 30, this is still, even with the sniper entrance, this is what I mean about trailing your stop loss. This is where you're trying to get, if you're trying to get the average move to play out, right here. This is the first take profit on it, but that's the average. So we'll be looking for one of those two to occur. So for right now, I'll just put that on there. It's 170 points now on US 30. You can see the take profit happening on the NQ. Again, that SQQQ is just keep taking profit out our box. Just need to close above. So got 9 minutes to go. I would take profit on all your positions on index futures on all three True Algo members from a demo and paper trade purpose only. 170 points win live on US 30. Make sure to take profit in theory when practicing. Trail your stops. Just updating you guys on the Discord side so you have it. Oil didn't confirm yet. You have to wait another 30 minutes for it to get up there. Gold and silver pushing down further. We actually did get a bearish confirmation on gold and silver right at New York Open. I apologize that I wasn't watching it. But that is a bearish confirmation right there. And holy gold candle. It's 180 points in 8 minutes. And there is a bearish confirmation right there on silver. This is the average on, we've already run more than the average on silver. That's the average, but it's already pushed down almost 2x the average win on both gold and silver. This is not valid yet on oil. Nvidia destroying the markets, which I'm okay with because we're in shorts. Again, QQQ played out. You guys see, Russell, like why this is a bad idea. Let this candle close, and then we can discuss potentially getting in. So that's 9 minutes away. But with your stops on these, if you're holding, just hold them. Let them sit there. See if that SQQQ can get a close above that box, and then you'll get a continuation of shorts, everybody. Sorry, I'm making random sounds so people know that I'm here. That bottom of the box on True Algo, take profit on that US 30. Shorts on the euro. Let's check. Yeah, DXY is confirming bullish, so we can go. As long as there's room to run for our shorts. So looking for, this is what Rish is talking about. Because DXY is about to be confirmed bullish. But again, 20 minutes away. And then seeing now if the euro is going to print shorts with room to run for take profit. If you guys were on my Sunday update for DXY saying we would get to 100 and then expecting a very big reaction now at 100, it's where we can continue doing a massive bullish move on DXY now that we're at that 100 level. It's really important. So that was not 3 ticks. So I can't take it on that. It might have been, if you're a CFD trader, you might have got it on that one. So right now we're looking to see, is this a bearish confirmation on this candle right there? I mean, it wouldn't matter because DXY is not bullish yet. There'd be a lot of room for this version to happen, but DXY might stop it before that. We'll see. Gold and silver shorts are extending even further now. It was at 139 points. Now it's at 231 on gold. There's a massive divergence now on stocks. If you guys look, Amazon is parabolic bullish. Apple is pushing up parabolic bullish. And then you have parabolic bearish on both. No, I guess NVIDIA is not that bad. Sorry, I was zoomed in too far. But they're still diverging like crazy. You guys see that? Red, red, green, super green. Those people who shorted Amazon yesterday after the run up now are taking profit up here. It's literally just where we were before. And they keep taking advantage of everybody on these earnings releases, sucking everybody in and pushing back down. By the way, the SQQQ fully reversing everything now after the take profit was hit. So, and your ES play is now done. I'm going to take it off the chart and worry less about this average being hit. NQ, folks, that's why I told you guys on the Discord side that this is where you take profit. NQ play is now done, so push that off the screen, 92 handles. And then US 30, folks, the position should be done now too. Again, that's why I said about taking profit. Hopefully that helped. You're welcome, whoever you are, RR. I can't recognize your name because it's different than on Discord. And then just updating you guys on the Discord side that there's a massive reversal here because of SQQQ. All positions now closed. I hope that I helped you on the shorts for holding and then posting when to take profit in theory. Because remember, we're just here to demo and paper trade. Just here to educate. Just so you guys know, first of all, who is this? So I can help. There was a member that DM'd me, but they changed their name and icon, so I don't know who they are. But they, their SQQQ chart looked different than mine, which I'm sure some of you guys had that issue. I sent them the data plans that I used, just like I tagged you guys on Discord. He updated his data plans, and now his chart looks just like mine. Again, man, if you guys want to trade in theory and have your charts match what the real people use, you got to pay for data. That's part of what they do. That's why they charge the hedge fund so much money to use their data plans. Russell literally did what we said, but it's unfortunate. It is what it is. But Russell went as planned. I say it is what it is because I didn't take that play. So at least I'm honest about what I do. Silver cleared an old target. I really don't care about it, but it's to the T right here. And now stopping, and then gold hitting level 5. Man, in a single candle. It's crazy. SQQQ. Do you guys see how well US 30 is holding still? It's crazy. We might get into new shorts on these assets, including US 30 is, by the way. I hope that US 30 play helped you because I don't think anyone would notice that that would have been a win now that it's taken off the screen. But I hope that sniper entrance helped you guys. It was such a good risk to reward to not take the position. Sorry for the double negative. The first one was a 3.7 R, and then that second one live, as close to the stop loss you can get, ended up being a 5, almost a 5.5 R position. And like I was saying before, if we can just get the SQQQ to flip bullish, I mean, you might get more shorts activated again during this New York session. I'm trying to see if I have another live stream scheduled. I think I do, right? Oh, yeah. So I'll be with you guys again here in, 90 minutes or so? So just make sure you guys are back, and I'll be here to help you. So right now that UVXY looks good. About shorts potentially going to hold on the ES and push down because it has a potential to flip into longs. And again, that would be the opposite of the direction that we want. SQQQ still needs to go a little bit lower though. Do something like this. And then we'll get that across the board, this thing. Does that make sense, everybody? I would like the SQ to go a little bit lower, though. Yeah, exactly, V. I feel the same way. Crypto is pushing up. It'd be tough though, J-Dog, because where Bitcoin is, but ETH would confirm long. Tether's already short, so you already have support on longs on ETH and shorts on Tether. You just don't have it on Bitcoin. And we just had that close. And by the way, Russell did go as planned. It's just unfortunate. I say it's unfortunate for me because like put everything on there that you say it's going to do and it happens, but I didn't take it. So That's what I mean by unfortunate. So if you guys did, congrats. But I like to wait for candles to close to protect my positions. All right, everybody, I'm going to head off now. I'll see you guys in 90 minutes. I hope I was helpful. Something you guys should start telling yourself in life, as I'm still thinking about that person's comment. If everything was easy, everyone would be able to do it. That's why when I'm live, I can call the things that I do, because this ain't easy. And I don't try to make it seem easy, but listen, man, if everything was easy, everyone would be able to do it. And you got to start telling yourself that. And just remind yourself that no one will ever congratulate you on the hard work you're putting in. They will just question why you work so hard. But here's the kicker. Then once you achieve what you want, and this is really important, and this is what you need to tell yourself, they will tell you you're lucky. Think about that. Remind yourself that no one is ever going to congratulate us on the hard work we're putting in, but they will question why we work so hard. Then once we achieve what we want, which we are and we will, everyone will just tell us we got lucky. The same person too. It's insane. So I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me today. You do not have to spare your time to be with me, but I hope that I was helpful to navigate those shorts, played them, took profit, got out, and now we wait and we don't keep jumping into more candles and forcing positions. Please keep watching the SQQQ. It's going to keep guiding us for today. And I put too many Qs on there. See you all in 90 minutes for another live stream on Discord. We also have a big Black Friday sale going on right now. I keep forgetting to mention that you guys might want to check out. I kind of always forget the whole sales thing. Take care, everybody.